Well, certainly there's a lot of people who have lost trust in the Catholic Church here in Germany. You know, one of the things that is not discussed very much is that this really hits very close to home for the Pope, much closer than many people actually realize. You know, there's one thing that he has been in the Vatican since the early 80s. However, before that, he really was a very central figure for the Church here in Germany. So this is certainly something that is hitting very close to home for him, and also the fact that so many people are now losing trust in the Church. One of the things that victims of sexual abuse here in Germany have been saying is that they believe the Church needs to be more open, and they believe that that abuse was far more widespread than many people are willing to acknowledge right now. I was able to speak with some victims of sexual abuse, and here's what one of them had to say.
Bestimmt 150 bis 200 Mal vergewaltigt worden.
I was raped about 150 to 200 times by 4 or 5 different priests. One time the institution's medic gave me drugs to subdue me. Then he and the priest ravaged me for more than an hour in the most brutal ways you can imagine.
So certainly absolutely harrowing accounts that some of these people have to tell. And one thing that's being questioned right now is, what is the Church going to do about this? You know, we heard from the Vatican today that the Church has launched an internal investigation, has its own internal investigator. However, there are many people here in Germany who say that the Church needs to work more closely with law enforcement authorities, and also that laws for sexual abuse against children have to be changed here in Germany, because right now there is a statute of limitations, and we just heard that a lot of these cases happened in the 50s and in the 60s, and therefore they can't be prosecuted anymore. And many people here believe that needs to change, Aisha.
And Fred, are we hearing from German political authorities? What are they saying?
Well, I mean, they're definitely taking on the issue. I mean, one of the things that we keep hearing is that a lot of politicians believe that the statute of limitations for sexual abuse against children has to be at least extended. Right now, it's 10 years after the crime took place, and the statute of limitations only goes into effect after the person who was abused turns 18. And many people believe that that statute of limitations needs to be extended significantly. One thing that the German Chancellor has said is that she believes that the Church is doing what it can and is doing quite a good job of trying to come to terms with this, of being open with this, but certainly there are a lot of politicians who believe more needs to be done. Politicians are calling for a round table involving politics, involving also the victims, and that is certainly something that appears to be in the cards here in the future, as really German society tries to grapple with the size of what's coming to light here in Germany.